so we've got a nice acoustic vibe today. You sit with me over the top, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. So we're going to begin by just freeing off the muscles around our neck and our shoulders. So give your shoulders a little roll for me. So if you bring your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze your blades and press down. And drawing a circle with them, going up to your ears, squeeze and press down. Breath in and exhale. Do that again. And one more deep breath. And then circling through the arms. And I want you to try and brush, well, the ceiling in Phil's case. You try and brush your arms back by your ears and spread out your fingers as you do it. And then reversing. So we're going to scoop from behind. Squeeze your blades. And then a bit of coordination. Can we do one up and one down? Circling. Brain in gear. Body in gear. Can you do that the opposite way? Okay, enough of that. Let's take our feet a little bit wider, so slightly wider than our hips. We're going to soften the knees, almost like you're sat down even though you're stood up. We're just going to rock the body weight into the toes and then rock the body weight back into our heels. Let's do that again, so you're feeling your feet against the ground. Get that sense of body weight forwards and backwards. And then noticing left and right foot pressures. The pressures even as you slide your hand down and move to the middle. Still keeping the pressures even in the foot. Allow your head to drop. You let your head go heavy. Is there any tension in your neck as you drop your head? You let that go. Breathing in and breathing out. You're going to slide the hand up the side of the body and then reach the fingers. Your head drop, open the arm, breathing in and breathing out. And do it again, breathing in and breathing out. Can you go a little bit further? Leaning your body more horizontally. And then we're going to rotate, so we're looking behind us, but still keeping the body weight even in the feet. So notice what you can see if you look behind you each way. And you go a little bit further, so you open up more of the room behind you without your hips twisting. Can you keep your hips facing front as you do the little turns? And mobilizing our spine. We're going to take our feet a bit wider. I'd like you to turn your toes outwards. There's quite a decent space now between your feet. Bend your knee and push your bottom back. And lift. And as you come down, think of your hips sinking down. So we're opening around the inner thighs, the groin, and through the hamstrings. Sticking the tailbone back as you sit down. Now again, tuning into your body weight, into your feet. Can you keep some pressure now in your heels? So you're going to sit your body weight back. Going to roll the shoulder through. Think of your opposite shoulder moving across towards the knee. And you're going to look behind you as you do it. Going to stay down there for 3, 2, 1. And the other way. 3, 2, 1, and one more each side. Breathe. Last one. And then if you can bring your feet so they're more hip width. And we're going to swing up and squat down. Swing up and squat down. Breathing in as you come up and exhale as you drop. You're blowing out tension as you drop down into it. Releasing mood. add in a little bit of balance. I'd like you to come up, hold on your tiptoes. Can you hold 2, 3, and then drop? And then hold at the top, 2, 3, and then drop. Wobbling optional, of course. Let's do it again. Tiptoes. And last one. And we're going to open out through the arms, palms facing up. You can roll your shoulders down. I'm going to bring the knee up and circle out. Now, can you keep the rest of your body still as that leg does a nice big circle? I'm going to swing it forwards and back. Kicking, pointing your toe. You get a bit of height on the leg. Mobilizing our hip. Let's release and do that on the other side. Can you keep the rest of your body steady as you do the circles? Back in the opposite direction. And can you sweep forwards and back? A straight leg, point your toes. Get some height on the leg. Wobbling optional. Welcome the wobble. All right, you're resting off. We're going to turn the toes out. At the bottom under, bend the knees so they go towards your smaller toes. Let's do that again. Opening the arms. And can we come down and hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. Coming down. And last one. So, are we feeling a little bit warmer? Now's a good time to grab a drink. We'll have a few water stops as we go through, so make sure you've got some water there. Okay, so we're going to move down onto the mat and do some mobilization for our back. So if you move your camera down to where I can see you, that helps me with giving you pointers as we go along. We're going to take the arms wide, bring the knees across and down. Pop your device on the floor or just angle the screen down a little bit. You'll notice my knees come up towards the chest. I'm going to let the head turn away from the knees, pressing down into the shoulders. Let's do that again on the other side. So we're going to press down for 3 seconds. 2, 1, and knees up to the chest and over to the other side. Down, 2, 3, and do it again. Push down, press down through your shoulders. Particularly if you're struggling with stiffness in your back, recommended to do these ideally at least every other day. So we'll do them daily to help free off stiffness in the joints. Last couple. And final one. Alrighty, and then from here, we're going to slide our fingertips into the curve of the lower back. Now, as we go into the main mat work, I'm going to give you 3 different levels. So if you're new, stick with level 1, master those basic techniques over the weeks and the months. And we also offer a level 2 and 3 options. So for level 1, we're going to pull the belly button in and put pressure on the hands. The aim of the game is to keep that pressure there as we lift and lower the leg. Particularly as we lower the leg, can we keep the pressure on? So focusing on that for level 1. Level 2, so we're going to do a scissor. And for level 3s, we're doing it with a straight leg, keeping that good contact with the hands throughout. Breathe. Last couple. And then from here, we're going to tuck the knees into the chest and then tap the feet down. So we're tucking, and notice I'm getting my bottom off the floor. So try to lift the bums, knees to chest, breathing out as we tuck, Breathing in as we lower. Again, level 1, we're going to stay here, keeping the head on the floor. For level 2, we come up into a roll and we're balancing. We tuck and roll, and then hover the feet off the ground. For more advanced, if you've got strong back and core, we go into an extended leg. So choose your level. I'm going to work on that 4 more times. Last couple. And final one. Alrighty, let's move over to all fours. We want the hands just slightly wider than the shoulders and the knees set like this underneath the hip. When you're doing it, try to extend through your fingers and your toes. So there's reach, 2, 3, and then elbow to knee. Reach, 2, 3, and elbow to knee. Now when you're doing the reach, can you lift the leg high enough that your buttock muscle kicks in? We want that muscle firing up. Often with lower back issues, glutes just don't fire particularly well. Working on getting them fired up. The time helps to load the buttocks rather than the back. Okay, let's switch that to the other side. So opposite arm and leg here, reach, and then elbow to knee. Notice the thumb is up when we're reaching forwards, so give me a thumbs up when you're out there, and then back in, that's it. Fingers extending in front of you. Push the ground away with a hand that stays on the floor. And we do that twice more. So final one. And then from here, we're gonna hook the toes underneath, lift the tailbone, and press the heels down. Pressing down with the heels, move into our downward dog. Which is how are the calves feeling today? Shift the body weight like this to one side, and then shift over the other side. So flexing the toes, pressing down through the heels, mobilize tightness through the calves. Particularly if you do a lot of sport or running, just not really stretching, these are great to get the calves mobile and flexy. And one more on each side. Final one. And then from here, we're going to take a walk with our feet towards our hands. Just going to hang loose here for a second, a bit ragdoll-like, loose and floppy. So if you just sort of hang loose. I'd like you to rock your body weight with straight legs into your heels and then forward into your toes. So rocking back into your heels and forwards into your toes. And just really imagine any tension in your body is loosening off, hanging out of your body. Just one more time with that rocking action, back and forwards, enjoying kind of hanging loose. And then uncurling, come up to standing. Okay, so let's do some work for our arms and upper body. So if you find some hand weights. If you don't have any hand weights, some bottles of water work quite well. I have people holding Prosecco, all sorts of stuff. So grab some bits, saucepans will do. Just something that's got a little bit of weight in. So we're going to bring our elbows back, and I'd like you to open your hands to the side as we do waitress hands, and then move to the middle. As you move your arms open, I want you to squeeze your elbows to your waist, and then move to the middle. Oh, perfect. We've got the wine out. Alrighty, so from here, we're going to add in a tiptoe rise and extend, and then back to the center and down. Now, as you do this, I want you to be really mindful of your posture. So particularly if we're prone to lower back issues, you need to avoid your lower back going into overarch. Your tailbone hanging down. Draw your belly button muscle in, particularly as you open the weights out to the side, so that you're working from your core. Breathing in as you open. Breathing out as you close. For more advanced, we add some twists. We're going to stay on the tiptoes, keep lengthened in the lower back, and move to the center. The first level's enough, then stick with that version, focusing on your posture. More advanced, we add that rotation in. Elongating up through the crown of your head. And we do that one more time. Alrighty, so resting off. Now's a good time to grab some water. So we'll keep topped up throughout the session. Okay, so if we can find a stick, and we're going to use the stick to monitor our posture. So I'd like you to place your stick here behind your back. Broom handle's looking good. Okay, great. So we'll put one foot forward, and we're going to stride back so we're on our tiptoes on our back foot. Quite a decent stride between the feet, and we're going to slide the bottom hand into the curve of the back, pulling your lower back to your knuckles. So try to keep your knuckles and lower back together as you come down into the lunge. Notice the back of my head is touching the stick. So see if you can do the same with yours. Leaning back slightly. And we're going to come down and hold 3, 2, 1. Come back up. We'll do that twice more on this leg. So coming down and holding. 2, 1. Come back up. Can we hold for longer on this final one? So coming down. Now if you can see yourself in your screen, does your stick look upright? Hold it here. Can you kind of check in? How does your positioning look in your screen? And let's release. I'm going to turn around and face the other way. Alrighty, so let's bring the lower hand into the curve of the lower back. Now, can you pull your lower back to your knuckles? So it should feel like your belly button muscle is sucking in as you drop down into the lunge. That will help to give your back support as you come down. Squared up in your hips. Often one hip will sit forward to the other. So coming down and holding for 3, 2, 1. Breathing in and lifting. I'm going to do it twice more. Breathing out, lowering. 3, 2, 1. So let's do that one more time and see if we can hold for longer. Staying down here, so if you can see yourself in your screen, does your stick look upright? Is your foot in front of your front knee? Breathe. And let's release and give our legs a little bit of a shake out. Okay, now for the next part, we're going to grab a cushion from the sofa. Moving into Pilates shoulder bridge. They're nice for mobilizing our backs. Again, we're going to work on a couple of different levels. So for first level, we'll work with a cushion in between the knees. I'm just going to grab one too. Okay. So you can come down onto your back if you bring your screen down too. So we want the cushion between the knees. Arms facing up. And if you can curl your tailbone under your back, we're going to squeeze the cushion. It's going to help to activate through our pelvic floor muscles. So we just squeeze your pelvic floor a little bit and then imprint your spine down bit by bit. Let's do that again. Tuck your tailbone under as you lift. top, squeezing through the cushions, feel the squeeze, and then imprinting through your middle and your lower back. What we're aiming for is a real sort of softness to the rolling action in the spine. I know years ago when I had a particularly bad back, my back used to sort of come down as one block. It took some time and serious energy and effort to mobilize those joints and actually get those joints moving freely. So we should tune into what that feeling of movement is like in your lower back. The movement's good. You want to move on a step. Then for next level, we can bring our foam roller in and place it under the feet. Already kind of feeling it and just getting used to it, and stick with that first level. Using our foam roller, we're going to plant the toes down when we're up in the air. Planting the toes down quite firmly when we're up in the air. On this next one, whichever version you're doing, we're going to hold at the top here. And if you can hover your arms here at your side, and then lift, touching your thumbs to the ground behind you. And then a nice big circle with your arms and rolling your body back to the floor. Let's give that another go. So tucking your tailbone under, holding at the top, thumbs down behind, and a nice big circle. Printing bit by bit to come down. Let's do that one more time. Curling the tailbone under. Normal to feel this through your lower back, through your glutes, through your hamstrings. Helps to strengthen and condition those muscles. Alrighty, so from here we'll put the cushion to one side. And I'd like you to extend one leg up in the air like this and point your toes quite firmly. So you're actively reaching up through your toes, and then the opposite hand is getting hold of your calf here. Thereabouts, and then use that hand just to pull the leg to you. So you're applying a little bit of pressure and pointing your toes quite firmly. So you're now pushing the leg into the hand at the same time as pulling with the hand towards your body. You can either stay with that version if it feels like it's stretching enough. Level 2, we're going to straighten the bottom leg down, extending the toes along the floor. Third level, more advanced, notice I'm bringing my nose and my knee together to say hi. And then releasing back down. Okay, so let's give that a go on the other side. Pointy toes, really extend your big toe up to the ceiling. You want the opposite hand on the calf and just applying that little bit of pressure. The leg into the hand, but pulling with the hand towards us. Breathe. So we're using those little pressure techniques to help with stretching. Again, that might be enough for you. Stick with that version. Level 2, straightening the bottom leg down, reaching the toes through the skirting. Apply that pressure as you move up a peg if you want to. Level 3, bring our nose and our knee together. Deep breath. Alrighty, let's rest off. Okay, good job. So next up, we're going to do a little bit of seated stretch. Now what you might find helpful, particularly if like me years ago when you tried to sit up on the floor, your back wouldn't quite sit up straight. So if it's tricky to actually sit up straight, park a cushion just underneath your bum. It'll give your pelvis a bit of lift. We're going to go wide like this with the feet. So we want to be sat up, lengthen through the back, and I want you to go into pointy toes mode with your feet. So we're going to use our feet quite a lot on this one. If you can flex your feet like that, so you're curling your toes backwards. That's it, and then point your toes. And as you point your toes, can you roll your knees back like that? That's it, and still keep that length in the spine. Arms are here, palm up. That's it, and then as we lean, we're going to flex the foot. Now, what can you get hold of? Is it the shin? Is it the ankle? Is it the toes? Get hold of whatever's grabbable, and then if you bring this arm and reach your fingers to try and straighten that elbow, how does it look to you? And then back up, pointy toes. That's it. And then other side. So is it the ankle? Is it the shin? Is it the foot? Can you straighten this arm? Notice how it feels. It is what it is. So in order to get more flexible, we've got to spend a little bit of time in that uncomfortable zone. So we're just going to do for 3 seconds. 2, 1, and then back up. Pointy toes. And then flex as we lean. Now over time, for more advanced, we can bring the head down a bit lower and introduce the ear to the knee. And then as you get more flexy, move on to more advanced, we'd scoop this arm away and use the opposite hand to now pull. 2, 3, breathing in and breathing out. Can we do one more on each side? So final one. Alrighty, resting off. If you can give your legs a shake out. We're going to come up to standing for some yoga stretches. Okay, so if you can have your feet placed out wide. And on this side, I'd like you to turn your foot out fully. So the foot is parallel with the edges of the mat, and then over here we're angling in at 45. We're going to switch our hip. Oh, hello cat. And we're going to lean off to the side. Now when we're tight in the side of the back, have a tendency to sort of lean forward. So try to stack your shoulders one above the other. And to test the balance, can you turn your eye gaze up? Deep breath. Bend into the knee. And wriggle the back foot away as we move into warrior pose. We're going to sink this leg down so that this thigh gets parallel to the ground. We're stacking our shoulders above our hips. Deep breath. And then this back hand is going to come down. So we've got the opposite hand to the foot planted down, and we're going to turn the toes at the back. Rotating the body like this towards that front leg. Stacking the shoulders. Breathe. Push the ground away with the bottom hand as you hold the pose. Eye gaze up to your top hand, relaxing the hip. I'm going to bring both hands down to the ground. Then walk the hands to the middle and uncurl to standing again. Okay, good job. So we're going to do the same but on the other side. So over here, if you can turn your toes fully out. Over here, angle the foot in at 45 degrees. And we move into our yoga triangle pose. Stacking the shoulders one above the other. Long with the top arm. Now your legs straight or bent. Straighten them. That's it. Deep breath. Turn your head, look up towards your top hand, test your balance. Bending into the knee. Wriggling the back foot away as we shift to our warrior pose. And gazing off down the middle finger in a strong warrior-like fashion. Give me a wave with the back hand. So back hand is going to come down, opposite hand to the floor. And we're going to turn with our shoulders stacked again. Bring our top hand down. And taking both feet back now, so we're meeting up here in our downward dog. Lifting the bottom up in the air, pressing down through the heels, softening the shoulder. And we're going to take a walk with our hands towards our feet. We're going to bend our knees, shifting into a yoga-based squat. So palms together. And opening out, tiptoe rise. And coming back into the squat. Breathing in, rise onto your tiptoes. Can you hold the balance? And down into the squat. Push your body weight back into your heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Go lower. 2 more. Rise and hold. Steady your ankles. Coming down and through. Sit into it. Push your body weight back into your heels. Alrighty, last one. And can we hold at the top? The tiptoe. We can hold the tiptoe. Can you close your eyes just for fun? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, welcome the wobble. 1, and rest up. Okay, good job. Grab a drink. You're going to need a stick next for our quad stretches. Okay, so particularly when we're trying to influence back pain, often the quadricep muscles can be quite short. So working on quad stretches, even though they're a simple stretch, can actually be really effective in the management of back pain. So think about your posture. Use the stick like we did before, knuckles, head, tailbone against the stick. You get a hold of your foot. Now if you can see yourself from a side view, that can help us to understand the good technique on these. So does your knee sit like this in front of the other knee? Hopping optional, Phil. Let's draw this knee back, and can you get your heel onto your buttock? So if it's not doable yet with the stick upright, that's definitely something to work on if you're feeling stiff and tight. So we're going to hold, breathe, and as you do it, I want you to squeeze your buttock muscles. Push your hip bones forwards. That will help to initiate the stretch. And let's shake that out. We're going to swap hands behind. So we want the knuckles and lower back together as we get a hold of the other foot. You can see yourself in your screen. Does your stick look upright, or are we in forward lean? Can you nudge your knee back to your other knee so the knees align? So the knees look to you. Get your heel onto your bottom. Squeeze the buttocks. Alrighty, let's release. We're going to do that on the other side. So if this level is enough for you, stick with this version. I'm going to practice a standing balance. Advanced levels. So either sticking with first version or next level, heel is on the buttock as we go into forward lean, hitting our body and our thigh horizontal. The eyes looking at something still. Or more advanced level, we're going to straighten the back arm, getting more height on our back leg. Wobbling optional. Let's release and give that a go the other way. So finding the foot, knees together, heel towards the bottom, squeezing the buttock muscles to push the hip bones forwards. As the eyes look at something still to steady the mind. say to ourselves about our balance can also make quite a difference. Adding more lift in that back leg when more advanced. Let's release and give our legs a shake out. Okay, good job. So, moving down onto our back again. You can join me down. Yeah, the camera with you. Okay, so we're gonna put our hands just here around the back of our head. And can we touch our opposite knee and our elbow together? And then switch that over to the other side. As one knee touches the elbow, we want the other elbow staying on the floor. Breathing out as we lift, in as we lower. Level 2, we start to alternate. So picking up a bit of pace. Level 3, we're into straight leg ones. Inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2. Two more breaths. Final one. Alrighty, then from there, if you can straighten your legs and interlock your fingers like this, turning your palms out above your head so that your little finger side touches the floor. And as you keep your little finger edge down, hunch your shoulders, straightening your arms fully so that your upper arm is by your ear. Point your toes. Breathe. Let your belly fill with air. Exhaling out. Eyes closed. Filling up your belly. Imagine you're gathering energy. And as you exhale, blowing out any tensions, worries, or stresses. That one more time. Filling up. Healthy, positive energy. Exhaling out. Any tensions, worries, or stresses. Alrighty, then from here we're going to bend our right leg, and if you can use that one just to rock yourself up to seated. We're going to crisscross through our legs like this. If you have any knee trouble and your knees don't agree with the crisscross leg, you can always do it with your feet here. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms up and back by our ears, trying to lengthen up with your back. And then as you come down and forwards, take your hands quite wide, finding that slightly uncomfortable zone, chin tucked in. And then going to come out of that uncomfortable zone and slide the hands back in. So breathing in, reaching, you straighten your arms up. Exhaling as you come down. Keeping the fingers reaching forwards. Notice where you feel it. And then sliding back in, breathing in. And breathing out as you come down and through. Now as you slide your hands in, imagine you're drawing positive, healthy energy into all the cells of your body. And as you're exhaling, releasing tension and stress. Let's do that again, filling up and emptying. Now, if you're doing the cross-leg version, let's switch so that we've got the other leg over the top. And again, we're going to come up onto our sitting bones, spreading the fingers, reaching, and going wide with the hands and the fingers. Inhale as you move in. Exhaling as you come down, just holding that uncomfortable point just for 3 seconds. 2, 1. I'm going to do that twice more. Alrighty, last one. So from here, let's move down onto our backs. Now we give our glutes a stretch. So right leg over the left. You can pop your hands just here around the back of your thigh. We're nearly there. So bring your hands all on the leg towards you. around the back of the left leg. That's it. Use the hands to pull in. Use your right elbow to push the knee outwards. Notice where you feel the stretch as you pull in with your hands and push out with the elbow. Breathe into the stretch. Alrighty, let's release and bring the left over the right. Put your hands around the back of your right leg. So use your hands, pull in, push out with the elbow. Breathe. Can you tuck your right knee like this to your chest while your other leg straightens? We're going to keep our opposite hand on top of the knee like this and bring the knee across the body, touching your foot on the floor, pressing your knee down with your hand. I'm going to trail this arm behind. Notice my hand is above the shoulder line. Turn the head towards the back arm, pressing the shoulder down. Breathe into your belly. Pressing down with the knee and the shoulder as you breathe. And let's release and swap the knees. So we bring the other one up. Bring the knee across with your opposite hand. Touch your toes to the floor as you trail the other arm behind. Looking towards your back hand with your eyes, pressing down with your shoulders. Deep breath. Pressing your shoulder down and your knee with the hand. Breathing into the stretch. Alrighty, let's roll to the center. Placing our feet like this on the ground, but our hands on the belly. I'd like you to close your eyes and for a moment just kind of give yourself an internal high five for showing up, for getting it done today, for practicing what helps us with our mobility, our suppleness, our balance, and ultimately our bigger picture of health and well-being and independence to keep going in later life. And noticing the breath underneath the hands, that natural sort of rising and falling inside your belly. I'd like to take a deeper breath so that your hands fill up with air. Let your belly empty, relaxing down more deeply as you breathe out, filling up and emptying, relaxing down more deeply. Again, deep breath, allowing your body to relax down. Just let your attention drift. A little bit of you time just to breathe. If you can open your eyes, we're going to roll over to our side. And if you can come up to a kneeling position, we'll take a little stretch for our neck. If you can pop your hands just here around the back of your head. And we're going to slide our chin down towards our chest. Just applying a little bit of pressure at the back the head. And release. We're going to keep one hand just here. Turn and slide the hand to the back of the skull as we nudge the chin towards the armpit. Deep breath. Let's release. We're going to pop the other hand on the top, turn, slide the hand around the back of the head again, and apply a gentle pressure, stretching across the top of the shoulder and the base of the neck. Alrighty, so I hope you've enjoyed your session today. We'll have a little moment just to check in. So press the right buttons to stop the share of the sound. So if you could hit your unmute for me, how are we feeling?